So it's not just optimizing my site, I have to optimize all my pieces and parts of my site.
Yes. It goes beyond optimizing just the HTML content of your web page. It goes to all the metadata associated with all of your assets.
When you say metadata, like what I label an actual image that shows up as a picture on my website.
Correct. Here's an example. You'll see an image here. We were talking about soccer balls. Here's an image of a soccer ball that appears on a shopping site. If you right-click on the image, you'll see the property tag, and the tag, the metadata as we call it, is a Adidas soccer ball. And that's an example of a meta alt tag, and all of your image content, JPEGs or GIF images, should be tagged with alt text to help them be found in the search results. And that's where a lot of companies use Google Base to upload their content as it relates to media with products for retailers who have hundreds and hundreds and possibly thousands of images, and you want to tag all those images with keywords related to what your potential customer could be searching for. In the case of video, it's your ID3 tags. You know, the ID3 tag is basically, if it were an album, it would be the artist and the name of the album and the publisher. But in a video, it's basically what the content is of the video. So
Gotcha.
Having basic metadata with your podcast. Podcast could be a transcript. We encourage clients when they use podcasts to have transcripts of that. Transcripts, can be optimized by search engines and found. It helps index that content. Many companies develop video and podcasts, but they don't associate metadata with that asset.
Now, anything else at this point, we want to cover in our last couple minutes here, or?
Well, I want to encourage you to, I'm not saying to go out tomorrow and film a video and upload it to YouTube or sit down and do a podcast. First and foremost, you have to understand how good are you at it for generating this type of media. To put together a crude video that doesn't reflect well on your brand is not necessarily the right approach. So, get a good understanding of what you're good at. And for many companies, video or blogs or podcasts aren't necessarily something that's critical to their business model. So really, have a good understanding of what the value is to the user of providing this content. And, you've got a large inventory of images, start there. Most companies have not only copy on their websites, text copy, but they have, hundreds and hundreds of images. And be sure and check out our blog. We've got a great blog. I try to blog every day on various search engine topics and strategies and tips. As a matter of fact, I just put up a blog post today on a terrific new page ranker tool that Aaron Wall with SEO Book put out at Search Engine Strategies. If you go to seobook.com/Firefox/tools, it's a great extension that allows you to access at any time on Yahoo, MSN, or Google your company's ranking by website for the keyword phrase that you put in there. And you can do hundreds and hundreds of phrases if you like. It's a terrific tool. It's free, and it's used as a Firefox extension. So those are the types of things you can find out. So if you're not a subscriber already, check out our blog at eMediasolutions.us/blog.
And whenever something gets posted, like he said, you can subscribe to it. You'll get updates when Paul makes updates to the blog with the various principles and stuff. Well, that does it for this time with Dr. Search's office hours. Hopefully next time we'll be fresh off of the eMedia Agency Summit out in Austin, Texas, where he'll have more insights from more industry experts, and what we continue to learn ourselves, pass along to our clients and prospects.
Looking forward to it.
Last but not least, it's time for our Marketing Minute here with me, Jim Berry, yours truly, principal here at eMedia Solutions. Marketing is a very subjective subject, and every person you talk to that's a marketing expert or works for an agency or knows about marketing has a different opinion on what works and what doesn't work. And what I want to talk about here is picking a theme for a particular advertising campaign or a particular marketing piece or a particular product or service that you want to focus on. Why is that? Why should I focus on one product or service? Well, if you make it an a la carte menu per se, and a lot of people are good at doing a lot of different things, how do you get it across to people that you can do this and this and this and this and this? Well, through your content and your visuals, you need to make sure that it's clear what you're advertising to them and what you're marketing to them and what you want the person that's reading it or receiving it to do. Because if it's not clear to them what it is you're offering them or what it is that you do, how are they going to take action? And if you can't make that message clear, there's no way that the customer is going to understand that. So, you know, a lot of folks, especially the smaller businesses, have a tendency to try to promote too many things because of the fact they have a limited budget. So I have only X amount of dollars per se to let everybody know everything it is that I do. When you choose to tailor that particular marketing piece or advertising piece to a particular marketing segment, like one vertical industry or one or two verticals, or you choose to market one particular product or service that you offer versus saying, here's everything that we do, you can be more effective in explaining it, drilling it down, helping them understanding it, and driving them to action. It'll make your advertising dollars that you spend more effective, it'll make them more measurable, and your clients and prospects will walk away understanding what it was you just tried to explain to them or what it was that you just tried to make them aware of that your company did. So remember, be more specific with what it is that you want to offer in one of your marketing or advertising pieces, whether that be online, pay-per-click, direct mail, email, whatever it might be specific. Talk about less. Less is more in this case, if you will, and you've all heard that term before. Narrow down what it is that you're offering, be specific in your advertising, come up with, you know, something that you want to walk them through the process. You know, storyboard it. Say, here's step one, here's step two, and here's step three. And by the end of step three, I want the client or prospect to understand this. And if you attack your advertising and marketing campaigns with that type of principle, by the time that they get that third piece, remember last time we talked about frequency. Frequency is there's a certain amount of times that somebody has to be exposed to something before they understand it or they're willing to take an action. Well, by the time they get to the end of your campaign or your marketing piece, they understood exactly what it was you're trying to tell them, and your results are going to be greater and more effective because of that. So be specific when you do your marketing. Make sure that it's clear what it is you're offering to them, and make sure that it creates the bridge where they understand how you can help them, and you'll get more leads and more sales because of it. Well, thanks for tuning in to eMedia's second attempt at video news. Again, we want this to be valuable for you. This isn't about us. It's about bringing value to our prospects and clients. We want to discuss topics in forums that you guys find valuable. So if you have suggestions, please make them to us. We'll be glad to try to incorporate you in a future version of the video eNews. We want the subject matter to be timely and subject stuff that you're interested in. So provide us feedback, and we hope you enjoyed our second edition of eMedia Video News, and we'll see you next quarter with Volume 3.